Okay, we are going to go over our government review sheet, and I'm going to be filling it out as I'm talking through it so that you can be working on it and making sure that your answers are correct as you do this at home. You can also use this to help you study next week for our test. So you are completing the front and back of the study guide either by Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on whose class you're in. This one says Wednesday, but you just need to check with your teacher to be sure that you complete it on the day she assigns. Then make sure you bring it to school to check. And there's also a government matrix that you're going to need to study also. Our test will be on December 11th, on Friday. Your test may or may not be that day, depending on whose class you're in and just when your teacher ends up finishing up. So, but let's go over this study guide. All right, the first section is going to be filling in the blanks with these words. These are words that we've been covering in class. So, we're going to start with this section. We have the word city council, police officer, president, governor, citizens, tax, judge, mayor, community. And these are all words that we're very familiar with. We've been talking about a lot. The first one, the blank is the leader of the federal government. And if you are looking at your matrix, we divided each section of government into the local, the state, and the federal sections of government. So you want to find the leader of the federal government, and that would be the president. And that's what you should have written in that blank. The blank is the leader of our state government. So right here you should go to on your matrix, look for state government, and that would be in the middle section. The state government would be the governor. I'm not asking, or we're not asking for the name of that person right now. We're just asking that you know what the title's position is, and that would be governor, the title position. Then the leader of our city government would be the mayor. You even got to apply as a mayor of your little city in class. We did our little mayor activities, and you did an application, and the cities voted for their mayors, and so you got to be the mayor of your city. The blank is a group of people that help the mayor run a city. And in our classrooms, we had these groups helped their mayor run their city. I'm going to go ahead and kind of check off what we've done so far. And so what we have left up here, we have the city council. We talked about, in class, we talked about student councils and that kind of thing. We had the city council. Okay, they help run the city with the mayor. The local government serves the people in our community. And the community is what we talked about. We talked about different types of communities, urban, suburban, and rural communities. In the past, we talked about that. So the local government serves the people in the community. Money paid by the citizens to pay for the community services is called a tax. And the local government has taxes, the state government has taxes, and of course the federal government has taxes. So everyone gets money to run the government by charging a tax. And we talked about that too. Blank help enforce the laws in our local communities. What group of people help enforce the laws? And we talked about this, that they serve us, they help us, protect us. They are police officers. Okay, the police officers. So far, we've covered these words. A blank studies the law and makes sure that laws are carried out fairly. This person is under some of the local and the matrix. You'll see them that they are under state and local and under federal too. They all help study the law and make sure that the laws are carried out fairly. This person is a judge. And the judge is usually a lawyer that helps.
If you are serving on the leadership team, please bring your state survey responses that were given out at the leadership team last month.
Number 9.
Survey responses from the 2014-15 school year.
sorry for that interruption. Number 9 is blank vote to choose their leaders and laws. So all the people, it's basically the people, what their title, the name of the people, and that is the citizens, and that's who we are. We are citizens that live in the community. We are citizens, and we get to vote, and then judges and police officers help to enforce and carry out the laws, and of course city council and mayors help run the government and collect taxes so that our community runs smoothly. Okay, so this is our government. Okay, so this is the first section of your review sheet. We're going to move into the next section. Just give me a second to switch some things up. This is a fill in the blank. This is the bottom of the first page and the second part of the next page. So now we have services provided by our local government. This would be that bottom section of your matrix. You would use that to help you fill this out. What does our local government do for us? And our local government provides city roads, police officers, schools. We listed several other things down there. EMTs, trash collection. I can't remember some of the other things we listed out. But those are some great things right now that you can put down. Our state government, things that our state government provides. We have state colleges, state parks, and state roads. And we have some great state parks around to go and visit. And state colleges and they keep our state roads maintained. Services provided by our federal government. We have the Coast Guard to protect our coastline. We talked about that, the U.S. Post Office. We have military services. So those are things that the federal government provides. Okay, so just some things, the services that are provided. Okay, we're going to move on to our last section. Change this on up. All right, this gets to be pretty much what you want to put. We talked so much about different rules and laws. Everybody talked about all the kinds of rules and laws, and of course the difference between a rule and a law, and we're going to talk about that. But a rule is something, and we can fill this out. We'll fill this out first. But a rule is something that is followed, is in like a school or in a building or something like by your parents. But a law is something followed by everyone. It's a rule followed by everyone in the community. Okay? So everyone in the community must obey or should obey that law or rule. And the police enforce it. And enforce means to make sure everyone follows it. And if you don't, there are consequences to that. So that is what the difference between a rule and a law, that everyone in the community follows that that law. So with a rule, we can think about some of the rules we've talked about in class, maybe in your home, maybe in the library, different places. We talked about all the different rules that we have, like walk, and anything you put here is pretty much okay as long as it is a rule that we've discussed, and we listed lots and lots of rules. Walk in the hallway is one. And again, you choose the rule that you want to put here. I mean, talking could be one. Do not climb up the ladder on the slide. Do not climb up the slide. Not the ladder, up the slide itself, I'm sorry. And then, of course, a law would be something like to make sure that you stop at a stop sign. That would be a law that everyone in the whole community must follow. And then, of course, like wear your seatbelt or do not text when driving. Okay, so those are some examples of laws and rules, okay? And then why do we have laws or rules? The laws and rules do what? What do? They keep us safe. Okay? So this is your review, and I hope that going over this and being able to see it and being able to check your answers before we get to do it in class will help you, and you can always review this, and you will hopefully be prepared for our test and know what you're doing so that when you're taking the test you are ready for it. Good luck, and I hope you do your very best.